If you're moving to Spokane and looking for maybe a little bit smaller town feel, or you're going to work at the Fairchild Air Force Base, or maybe even Eastern State Hospital, Medical Lake can be a great choice for you for a few different reasons. So we're going to talk about that and actually walk through my latest listing here in Medical Lake so you can see an option for housing, what the pricing is like in this area. So stay tuned. So currently I'm standing in Coney Island Park, which is pretty funny. I'm not in New Jersey. We are outside of Spokane, Washington in Medical Lake. That is Medical Lake frozen behind me right there. But this little park where there's some public water access, things like that, is called Coney Island Park. And so this is right off of just the cute little downtown here in Medical Lake that we'll kind of walk through a little bit. But again, yeah, this area is only about 5,000 people live in Medical Lake. It's very convenient to get to the Air Force Base, Eastern State Hospital. If you're working in Airway Heights or Cheney, it's a good middle ground to those as well. But even if you do live or work in Spokane, it's only about a 25-minute drive to get into town. And so this can be a really good option if you're looking for something, one that's a little bit more affordable. Maybe you want a waterfront property, but you don't have a ton of money to be on Loon Lake or something like Lake Coeur d'Alene, anything like that. But there are properties surrounding Medical Lake here, Silver Lake's on the other side of town, and then there are dozens and dozens of small little lakes all over the place here in Medical Lake. And so we sold the property last year where it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, nice double wide manufactured home on 10 acres, and it had its own private little lake on the property. And so it was really cool because they could just kayak around and swim, and it was their own property. So there's a ton of ton of water in this area, and you can buy some land with a little lake on it, which is a really cool feature of this area. Now, like I said, Medical Lake is pretty small, and excuse the wind, but there's a small little downtown here with a handful of like small family-owned restaurants, pharmacy, there's a grocery store, things like that. But if you're looking for entertainment, anything like that, you'll probably make the drive into Spokane to go do some things. But if you're somebody that likes to be at home or goes to work or just anything, doesn't really care about downtown type amenities, then this could be a great place for you. But just cute little gift shops, there's a pizza place, Mexican restaurant, things like that. But it's a really cool, like, historic little area through here. And the development of Fairchild Air Force Base is really kind of what kicked off Medical Lake to have a lot of growth back in like the 1940s. So as many of you probably know or may not know, but there was a massive forest fire that came through this area this last summer, in summer of 2023, called the Gray Fire. And it took down about 200 to 300 structures in this area. And we'll kind of show you some video of the area that got really affected. Luckily, it didn't make it over to this part of town, but the section a little bit south of here, where there were quite a bit of homes that got burned down, taken in the fire. And so the cool thing is how fast this town has been rebuilding. There's some amazing homes going in. Insurance money has kicked in and people are building brand new homes. And so in the next 5 years, we're not going to even be able to tell that the fire happened, I don't think, besides the fact that there's going to be quite a bit fewer trees in the areas that there were previously, because it was a pretty densely forested area around there. But it's just really cool to see the resilience of this community and people choosing to build. We haven't seen a ton of lots come for sale in the area for people choosing to just not rebuild or anything like that. I feel like the people who lost their home wanted to continue to live here, and so they're rebuilding and making the best of the situation. And then one cool added benefit about the Medical Lake area is the school district. The school district is built for military families, so anybody that's PCSing, have kids that have gone to multiple schools and traveled around, they understand that that's a challenge, and so they've partnered with the Air Force Base and have specific programs to help those kids make that transition and just catch up if they need to catch up or anything like that. And so I think if you're looking for a really tight-knit community that's built around certain shared experiences, like being in a military family, being in Medical Lake can be really helpful, especially if you don't think you're going to be here for super long, and you're probably going to be PCSing out of here in the next 2 to 5 years, but you still want to own a home. Then you'd be able to buy your house, build your community really fast because you're just going to be around the base and around the kids that are family are at the base, and just hopefully be able to make that adjustment really fast. So another pro is that housing costs tend to be a little bit lower out here because there's not as much competition as there is in being in the city of Spokane. And so the listing I'm gonna go look at would easily be over the $400,000 mark in the city of Spokane, but it's currently at $370 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square foot, brand new remodeled home that was built in the early 2000s. And so let's go do a walkthrough of that property really quick, check out what might be available in this area beyond a lakefront property or something to that means, and then you can decide if Medical Lake is right for you. So let's go check it out. All right, so entering my listing off of the garage, you walk into this really wonderful wide open living room space. It's just nice and inviting, has these kind of cathedral ceilings in here, but really good natural light. And I love this corner gas fireplace right here with the kind of tile surround. Looks really nice, kind of that herringbone design, but it's just very cozy in here overall. And it just feels good, you know, good lighting. And what's nice about it is just kind of everything being on completely 0-step entry, like no steps into the house at all. And so it makes it really accessible for all types of people. But look at this like really cozy kitchen here. Nice little view out the side. But nice tile backsplash, quartz countertops, everything like that. But again, it's just like nice and wide open. You got the open wall right there above the refrigerator and everything like that. And so the nice thing is like you can get this floor plan all over Spokane, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-level home. A lot of times the new ones are going for about $400,000. So you get about 10% off right here by buying one that's maybe 20 years old or so, but it's been lived in, and then it's already had a chance to be remodeled once. So you've actually kind of caught it at a depreciation curve, and then you're also not buying in a brand new neighborhood that has no trees or anything like that. It's in a developed area. But I like this kind of walk-through master bathroom that comes off of the primary bedroom here, and got a nice window out to the backyard there. So, but yeah, you're going to find that if you're looking in Medical Lake, whether you just want to be away from the city or you're at the base or the casino, anything like that, those are the places you're working, you'll find that it's prices are a lot cheaper out here just because you don't have all of the demand of the city of Spokane. And so another thing I wanted to mention is that if you were to buy a new construction home in any secondary bathroom, but even the primary bathroom, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to get finished stone quartz countertops. It's most likely going to be Formica, and to have a tile backsplash as well would be incredibly rare. So to be able to get a property that has some like the higher end finishes, even though it is a little bit older, is a nice perk because you'd have to add those to the new construction home as well. But it's super peaceful here on Hallett Road, very quiet. This is like one of the last houses on this road that heads down just down into Medical Lake Road. And it's just a lot of rural properties, got a lot of trees out front. And like we looked at earlier, the elementary school is just down the road. So yeah, we're really excited to have this listing. And if you are looking for something under $370,000 in the Medical Lake area, go ahead and reach out to us.